There are so many ways to address lower back tension, pain, discomfort, and of course, any of those can be for a lot of different reasons. So this is simply another exercise to try when you feel that nagging lower back discomfort and pain. As with all of our self-care exercises, we want to be very mindful of doing these exercises slowly and gently so that you're really paying attention to if this is something that's meeting your needs for the issues that you have going on. If you go into this position that I'm going to show you and you feel more pain at all, it may not be the exercise for you at this time. So please be mindful about that. But a lot of times our fifth lumbar vertebra, which is the lowest vertebra of our whole spine before we get to the sacrum and the tailbone, which is called the coccyx, that lowest lumbar vertebra can get a little stuck sometimes. Sometimes it's in a twisting position. Sometimes it can get stuck to the vertebra above it or the sacrum below it. And to have that kind of solid base of our vertebra and of the whole spine, we want that lumbar vertebra especially to be mobile, to have the strength around it. So this is an exercise to help give it a little bit more space. And for some people, this is really like, oh my gosh, it can be so relieving. If you want to kind of palpate around that very lowest vertebra area, and you might feel kind of the top of your pelvis here and walk your thumbs back and down just a little bit, and that's where you'll feel that lumbar vertebra. I like to kind of poke my thumbs in there and just see if there's one side that has a little bit more tension or a little more tenderness. That's the side that you're going to drop the leg off the table. So that's called the affected side. And if you don't notice the difference or you're not sure which one it is, then try both sides and see which one feels better. The side that feels better or that is more comfortable, that's the leg that you want to hang off of your couch or your bed or if you have a table like this, any one of those. So I'm going to show you the position now to get into. So I'm going to make my way down to this massage table that I'm working with now. But you may have a bed or a couch in your home that is the right height. So you may have to experiment a little bit. This table is a little bit too high for my particular leg. So I'm using a bolster to bring the floor up. So you also may want to use some pillows or blankets or bolsters to adjust the height. And we're really looking for how comfortable can you get this position. This is not about kind of like trying to muster through and stay there and hopefully you'll feel better at the end of this. It really is trying to create the environment for your nervous system to calm and for that vertebra to get the space it needs to be able to repattern and re-educate itself to be in a happier place. So the position looks like this, where my hip is going to be hanging off of the couch or the bed or the table. So we don't want it to be still on. The important part of that is that front hip bone here is off the table. And then I'm going to move the bolster a little bit so that my knee and my foot can be supported in that position. And then I'm going to rest my upper body there on the table. And take a deep breath here. Now you want to feel secure. So if you feel like, oh, I'm a little precarious, I feel like I might be falling off the table, then maybe move your upper body a little bit more on the angle. So this hip is still hanging off, your upper body is angled, and the weight of your leg can really rest on either the floor or bolster, and let that rest. Let that be. For some people, they may want to stay here 30 seconds. For other people, they may want to stay 2 or 3 minutes. Notice when you're done. Notice when you've had enough. But the best is, how can I get my whole body to really release into that? Now comes the most important part. After you've stayed there for as long as it feels comfortable, the most important part is to keep the leg very heavy. And you're going to stand up by bringing the leg that's on the couch or the bed to meet the bottom leg on the floor. So I'm slowly going to move that top leg on the table down to meet my other leg. I'll gently slide the bolster out of the way, bend my knees, and shimmying your body over your feet. Slowly from there, begin to push yourself up to standing. It's very important as you come back up to standing to allow your legs to be right under you for just a few moments and allow that lower back to kind of reintegrate, feeling the connection now with gravity and with your lower body and the weight of your upper body on that vertebra. Then after you give it a few moments, you may even want to do a little integration with moving your lower back, maybe flexing and extending your lower back, or doing a little wiggle waggle of your tailbone around, and then get up and walk around your space and notice how that integrates with everything. I hope that helps. Thanks for joining me today.